question. You want? Okay, ask a question.
What initially made you want to start working with young people?
Good question.
That's a really good question, because I was going to say something in relation to what Becky has just said about the reasons why someone might do something, but it perfectly links in with that. So I believe really strongly that people are people, and sometimes we have rubbish experiences that kind of mean we do rubbish things in a really simple way. So, and I'm not, what's the word? I'm part of that as well. You know, maybe I've had rubbish experiences, you know, that have shaped me. Maybe I've come through experiences that have shaped me. Maybe I believe in the fact that people shouldn't be judged harshly. You know, the criminal justice system, when I came into it 14 years ago, was a lot different than it is now. And it's great, it's so much better now. You know, where we take all those things into why somebody might do something. We don't do that in the sense to say, therefore, it's all right that they did it, but we understand why. So we're not making an excuse of it, but we can understand why somebody might do something. So I suppose I kind of fell into it because I was teaching here and then I was working in a prison, but that was with adults, and then I kind of got a bit bored of that, and then I ended up working with young people, and I absolutely love it, and I've been there ever since. My beard was black when I went there, and now it's great.
I can attest to that.
So, and I think most people who work in yachts kind of would say the same thing.
Ella, do you have a question? Are you looking at questions on Snapchat?
No, I actually haven't.
Good, that's good. Sorry, I missed it yet. Ask a question, please. Can I have other people? I want everybody to at least ask one question that's filmed, please. Come on, you've got great. You're always asking. You're so inquisitive. Ella?
What are the main causes of youth offending?
Well, the main causes of youth offending.
So poverty, or lack of access to, you know, poverty, being poor, not having money to go to McDonald's, not having money to buy new trainers. That's a massive contributing factor. An inability to be able to manage your own feelings. When someone's on the street, looks at you the wrong way, and then we all get triggered and feel threatened or whatever, and then we kick off. That's a huge one. Peer pressure. A lot of people can feel really scared, and how we can feel a bit safer is by being in groups with other people. Then we have, obviously, we've got the things that I'm sure you're aware of, like child criminal exploitation and grooming and county lines. But I'd say those things are happening usually after other things, you know, there's been other offending or other difficulties before that. But I'd say a lot of the main reasons why young people offend are about social disadvantage and the unfairness or the unequalness in society.
Interesting. Warren?
So my character works in like a Young Offenders Institute.
All right.
What would you say it's like? So is it hard to like, it's hard to like explain? Like what would you say it's like to deal with young offenders? And what
Is
kind
it
of-
difficult or
Talk to them and stuff.
Yeah.
is it hard to talk with them?
Yeah, that's basically what I meant. Is it hard to talk to young people that's commit?
I don't think it is, but I'm an old bloke, you know what I mean? And I think,
Yeah.
because I think the main thing, I think a young person, and you're all young people, you know, is the main thing is about, if you feel that I'm treating you kindly and with respect, then there's more chance of you treating me kindly and with respect. If I'm fair with you, if I explain the reason why I don't think you should be doing that, or don't do it, let's just think about that, I'm usually going to get a better response than if I come in there
What about
and blazing.
he didn't listen?
Well, that's life, isn't it? We can't, you know, it's really difficult, and sometimes it all kicks off, doesn't it? And it just does. But I think the main thing, would be about, do we know about like escalation and de-escalation? So escalation, you come up to me and you look at me the wrong way, and so I look at you back. So you've done that, and then I've gone there. And then you've raised the fist to me, and I've gone, what the hell are you looking at? So we're going up, aren't we? Yeah? So bouncers used to do this. I don't know if they still do now, where they keep taking it up, so that you go, and then they beat the person up. You know, because they haven't got great interpersonal skills, you know, but they've got tough punch, maybe. And then the other thing is de-escalation, where the higher somebody gets, the more aggressive they get, the more scared another person goes. So the higher they go, the lower the other person goes. So that's a different kind of escalation, isn't it? So what we try and do is de-escalate something. So if we're all in a difficult situation where it's a bit aggressive and it's a bit threatening, how do we de-escalate that? What do we do to make it not go any further?
Well, don't bite back.
So we don't bite back. Exactly. So how do we find ways? So what would you do working in an institution? You wouldn't bite back. You'd keep thinking about de-escalation and
calming the
keeping
situation down.
exactly.
With it,
So we've got to know ourselves, isn't it? So I've got to know what my triggers are. I've got to know how people can sometimes get under my skin, and I can all of a sudden I've just gone. You know, so we've got to be aware of that, haven't we? That we're supposed to be the adults, so we can't.
So it's called emotional intelligence, being aware of your own triggers and your own self. Emma. And then who's got that? Elika. Emma, Elika, and then
Do young offenders actually get to wear their own clothes, or do they have to wear
Good
something?
question.
What, in
your
custody?
offenders? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
In prison.
Becky was on about earlier that, that if you wanted to have your own clothes, your family would have to bring it in.
Oh yeah, you found, if you get, say you were arrested and then you're in the police station and then you go straight to court, and then the court straight away remand you. So you're going to be in custody in the clothes that you got arrested in. And then a lot of the times parents come to court, oh, can you give these to Jimmy? And it's like, no, they won't take them. You know, so we can't, that's just not going to happen, and clothes can't be sent in. Sometimes if you go in on a visit, you can take some tracky bottoms in and
so if they're in a young offender, if they're in like a prison, a young offender's prison, do they wear their own clothes, or do they wear grey tracksuits?
They can, well, usually you get prison issue, tracky bottoms and a sweatshirt and things like that. And in some, that's what you've got to wear, and in some others, it's a bit more relaxed. Usually they're allowed their own.
Is it relaxing where you work? Is it relaxing?
I work at a yacht, so I don't work in custody. I work in what we call the community. So I'm working with people that haven't gone to prison or have come out of prison.